You probably think companies are making good money on YouTube, but they are making much more than you think. And if you're a business owner, then you can learn from the Champions League of companies that are turning content into cash flow. Now, I've been both a YouTuber and a business owner. And in this video, I'll try to talk a little bit more about the mechanisms and not just some pure theory. So in the end, my goal is that you know exactly how to make money with content and you can just copy it. Now, level 1 is you get paid by the platform and by brands. This means YouTube obviously pays you some cut of revenue, so you upload videos and there's ads on these videos and you get money for that. Now, this is probably irrelevant for most business owners out there, but one thing that you should keep in mind is there's different RPMs for different niches. So for example, in the finance niche, you will get much more money from that than if you're, for example, in the entertainment niche. What does that tell us? These niches are much more competitive and there's a higher willingness to pay from advertisers. So actually, these niches can work extremely well for your business because other businesses are posting ads on some random YouTube channels and they're willing to pay a very high CPM in order to post these ads on the YouTube channels or on the YouTube videos from some random people, but they're still making an ROI. So if you are in the finance niche or in the B2B segment broadly, then probably you should be looking at YouTube because there's other guys sponsoring random videos, paying a lot of money and making cash with that. And now you're thinking, maybe I should run YouTube ads, right? Well, here's the thing. You could run YouTube ads, but you would probably do it wrong. The best thing to do on YouTube is to post long-form videos and then selectively push long-form videos that run very well organically. And then you're supposed to have multiple videos out there and all of these videos point to one long form, nicely produced video, and that's like a VSL. It's an organic VSL. So we're pulling all the traffic from your YouTube channel to this one video, and this one video is really optimized for conversion. And now the second way that YouTube channels make money is sponsorships. So it's not just a ad that YouTube forces you to watch. No, it's the YouTuber himself saying, hey, I got sponsored this nice protein shaker. I love it. It's amazing, whatever, right? This gets skipped less often because it's more organic. It's within the content. It's the guy that I like actually explaining some product, some app. So if I had to allocate a budget to YouTube paid ads, I would probably allocate more than 50% of that budget to sponsorships. Companies are paying $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 for YouTubers to hold some kind of product and talk about it for 60 to 90 seconds. Why not flip the script and just build that channel for yourself? Yes, it will take a little bit longer, but you will have an asset where every single YouTube video that you put out is worth $10,000, $30,000, $50,000 just because of the attention that it gives your product or your service. Level 2 is you own the product. Mr. Beast had a realization. He said, if a brand pays $2 million for a video, well, I should probably own the brand instead, right? And then he started Feastables, he started Mr. Beast Burger. So the video in his case is kind of the ad, right? He gets 100% of the upside. And you have the same pattern with YouTubers like Logan Paul, KSI. They started Prime, Emma Chamberlain Coffee. Pattern is the same every time. They build an audience, they build trust, and then they introduce a product. So this gives us some nice learnings as business owners, right? Maybe we don't want to put out our first video and then immediately go for the sale. Maybe we first want to put out 10, 20 videos and then push a little bit harder for the sale. That's something we do with most clients. We put out some nice videos, people get warmed up, then we do the magic around funnel building and we make sure we convert these people. And that brings us to level 3, which is the B2B play. At B2C, you need massive volume because a unit is $3, $30, but B2B works differently. One conversion is worth $5,000, $50,000, $500,000. So you don't need millions of viewers. For B2B, I need hundreds. That's enough. If you can reach 100 decision makers in your industry and build massive trust with them, it's probably worth tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands for you. And it also works because in B2B, trust is much more important. People do their research, they have higher stakes. If it doesn't work, they wasted thousands, they want to be more informed. But that's what YouTube does for us. The buyer watches us for weeks, they build trust, and then they decide before they even book a call with you. Or someone like Hormozy and acquisition.com that works brilliantly well, and he's selling 5-figure mentorships just off of YouTube. And we have clients like Nomad Capitalist who are also closing massive deals in the wealth management and tax advisory space just from YouTube. In fact, we're working with a bunch of law firms, tax firms, wealth management firms, and funds, all in the finance space, with buyer profiles of people that want to build trust first. And there's a piece of advice here, because if we know exactly who our IVP is, our ideal viewer profile, we can make search intent content. This is a technique that most people miss. You should make videos that rank for the exact bottom of funnel queries that your buyer types before they buy. You can have videos that have like 50 views and you'll make tens of thousands with it, because it's all about that brutal intent. So you optimize literally the whole title, the whole script for that one query, not just for some type of entertainment. And while we talk about that, let me zoom out a little bit. When we work with companies, 50% of the work is creating content. The other 50% is only funnel work. Most businesses, they put out videos, they put out fancy Instagram posts, and they're getting views and engagement, likes, comments, but there's not that much happening. And you wonder why? Well, the reason is that's just 50% of the work. Now you have 50% of the work to build nice funnels around that content. And then we also build lead magnets for them, because that's a great way to convert. Or then we go even deeper. We build a Reels machine, we call it. So basically, we put out a bunch of YouTube videos. Now we start creating shorts too. We put these shorts up on Instagram. And when people see these reels, they usually talk about one small aspect. Let's say advice on how to invest your money. At the end of the reel, we tell people, well, there's 4 more pieces of advice. Comment finance if you want to get all of it. It stimulates the algorithm. People are commenting and engaging. Now we send them via private message a link to your YouTube video, which talks about exactly the same topic, but in more detail. This is also great because now we have them on YouTube. It further boosts our YouTube algorithm. We have extremely high average view duration because people watch the whole video because they're actually interested in the topic. And then we get them into our funnel system, so they book a call via a link in the description in the YouTube video, or they get onto a landing page, they download another lead magnet, they get into our email automation, and we hammer them until they book a call or convert into cash flow. In the end, this is what's going to make you millions off of YouTube and off of your content. You literally sit down for one shoot. This shoot gives you multiple long form videos, multiple shorts, can be converted into a newsletter even, a few LinkedIn posts. The funnel keeps running for you forever. And if you look at who's printing money with content, who is really doing this extremely well on the highest levels, there's a very select few players. But this is how they play the game. Most of you are at the start, maybe you're just running paid ads, or maybe you're just creating some content and it's kind of converting a little bit, but not that much. Well, what you need to look at is the whole mechanism, how all of this clicks together. Are you reaching the right people? Are you creating the right kind of content? And are you then funneling them into the right mechanisms, into the right funnel logic in order to make a lot of money with very few views? If that's interesting, check out the link in the description below, and someone from my team or myself will be looking forward to talking to you.